Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Random Talks, where we speak of everything and nothing at the same damn time. As you can see, today's theme is jobs, and I purposefully made the title, I don't work jobs, bitch, you need a job, because damn, like I understand where the economy is right now in terms of jobs. Like I saw something on Reddit. Yes, I'm taking my information from Reddit. Source, just trust me, bro. Trust me. I don't remember the exact percentage that they said. I think they were like 75 or 95% of jobs listed on Indeed are fake. They're fake. Like, even when I was looking for a new job, as you guys don't know this, but I got my new job. Yay. Remember when I told you I was working somewhere that I hated? You know what I mean? Remember when I told you I was working somewhere I hated? This is what inspired me to make this video, by the way, because now that I've left, I'm yapping. Now, legally, I don't believe I can say the actual name of the brand, but I'm going to say something that rhymes with the name where, you know, maybe you could, maybe you couldn't know which brand I'm speaking of. But I say that to say, when I was looking to leave that job, oh my gosh, like I applied to so many places on Indeed. Like I said, fuck Indeed and went to motherfucking LinkedIn. Cause I was like, girl, like I was applying, going to interviews, group interview. I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna get the job. Whenever there's a group interview, it's not that I'm like, I'm not gonna get the job, but I just hate that shit. Cause like we got like 20 bitches in this chat and you're speaking to me like, Jakira, does that fit the description that you'd like? And I'm like, yeah, it does. But I'm not excited to work there, because if you need so many people to be in one fucking interview, obviously it's either that you're mass hiring, which means a lot of people fucking quit, which means this job probably sucks, or you just don't give a fuck about half of the people that you're interviewing, and you're just like, okay, maybe like 5 might not want the job, so we need the other 5 to actually want it. Like, that's what I'm getting from that vibe when you have a group interview. Like, group interviews, I feel like that's just, honestly, it's just me. It's just me. I like the attention. Me. I like the spotlight. What can I say? What can I say? Anyway, let's talk about jobs, because a lot of you either work a job or you don't have one at all. So I feel like it's very fitting for me to speak about jobs in general. Now, today, every time I have a theme, I try and spice it up for y'all so it could be like, I don't know, interesting. Yeah. This is for the segment Shit I Found on the Internet, and it says, human resource employees, what are your best HR nightmare stories? See, before I start, I have a love and hate relationship with HR. Like, no, I can't tell you that. That's my story time. I'm gonna leave that for the story time segment, but just keep that in your mind, that I have a love hate with HR. Keep that in your noggin. Not in HR, but my previous senior manager was renowned for sleeping with colleagues. He was married with kids. I'll burn this house down with you inside of it. I'm sorry. That was a bit much. Before I started there, I remember seeing a huge banner plastered across a footbridge that everyone leaving work by car had to drive under to get to the motorway. The sign said, Joe Blogs, not actual name, cheating bastard. Ooh. Turns out he was cheating on his wife with a team member from another department and was cheating on his mistress with another team member from yet another department. Both the team leaders found out about each other and had a massive fight in the reception of the building. By the time I started at the company, both of the team leaders were no longer working there. So let me get this straight. Sorry for spitting. So let me get this straight. It wasn't a problem when you was cheating with the man on his wife, but it was a problem when you found out there was another mistress. Bitch, I'd have bonk you upside your head with a motherfucking crowbar, because there's no fucking way. Like, I just feel like that's disrespect. As a wife, that's even more disrespect, because you didn't give a fuck when it was me, but you gave a fuck when it was another bitch at your job. Bonk. Can you blame me? Can you blame me? Also, I don't condone any type of like physical violence toward, if you get cheated on, just walk away, because it's not gonna be worth it to get on charge, and it's just not gonna be worth it, girl. Just walk away. Ruin their life in another way. You don't have to necessarily put your hands on people to get your get back. You know what I'm saying? Just, I always say I do things with malicious intent at times. You could let it go and be a human being that, you know, does that, but I'm just not. I'm not that type of human being. Not yet. Sometimes I'll walk away from a situation, but sometimes I just feel like a bitch a bitch needs to understand where I'm coming from. Like, you don't understand the pain I felt, so now I have to give it to you times 10. Times 10. Okay? I just noticed I'm not looking at the camera. I just noticed I was looking at myself and not the camera. Cause I'm kind of cute today, y'all. Like, y'all didn't even say anything. There might be some dust flying around. Don't say shit. But like, y'all didn't even say I was cute. I feel a little cute today. All right. Anyway, a guy I hired hurt himself on the second hour of the first day of work. He claimed he fell and hit his head on the wall. He was out for weeks on workman's comp from the concussion. Then, when he came back on light duty, he could only do desk work, but managed to fall again in the bathroom and hit his head again. It took me 9 months to get rid of him. It turns out this was not his first rodeo. When I called his former employer the lady I spoke to made an offhand comment about workplace incidents and head injuries and the importance of cameras in the workplace. I'm just going to tell you guys the job name. When I was working at Bendy, I'll talk about this job again later in the episode when I give my little story time. But when I was working at Bendy, I ended up having like a, remember I told you guys I had a cyst? Kitty. Cat cam. All right, guys, this is a very rare sighting. Hey, you want to stay? Stay for us. We love you. Sit down. You don't want to sit down? All right, bitch. I'm kidding. All right. So I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yes. So I was working at Bendy and I ended up having a surgery. I was out of work for like 2 months. Getting paid. And I really feel like I could have stretched it because all they asked for was just like, get a doctor's note, blah, 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 blah. My doctor's note, like it covered half a month. And then I went to the doctor again because it showed up again and I had to get it removed again. And then they took it out. And then that was basically like a month, close to 2 months. So I was like, oh girl, this was cute. Like I could have stretched it, but I didn't. But this man, he on his shit. Cause that's how you fuck up the motherfucking system. That's how you fuck up the system because you got me fucked up. Go ahead and fall down at work. Oh, no, I'm not telling you to go and fall down at work though. Don't be doing that. I didn't say it, but just know that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? It's possible to get compensated for falling at work. I didn't say it. All right. Don't send the FBI over here talking about, oh, bitch, you helping people commit fraud. I'm not doing shit. But I'm just saying, you could get paid. Workers' comp. I don't know, because I think you have to be working at a job for a certain amount of time for them to cover a certain amount of time. Is Kitty still here? Oh my gosh, Kitty's here. She's chilling with us. Yay. But yeah, I don't know how long it has to be, but I think it has to be a certain amount of time. Yeah. Don't fucking listen to me. Anyway, the last one is, after a company party, the toilets and sinks in the woman's bathroom were all backed up. Plumber found multiple condoms stuffed down the sink and flushed down the toilets. Whoa, I gotta read that again because I was so shocked when I was reading it. But give me 1 sec. Okay. Plumber found multiple condoms stuffed down the sink and flushed down the toilets. We found hand and footprints on the wall tiles, and the security cam showed the last people leaving the office to be 3 straight men in relationships. You see, hey, let me tell you something, love. Let me tell you something. So, usually, when you see condoms, fingerprints, handprints, things of that such, you know what I mean? It can only mean 2 things. There's lads who are having a nice, good game of connect the dots, but on the floor and with their asses, or, you know what I mean? Or they were just playing a nice fair game of, what's that thing called when you on the floor? Twister. They're playing a nice fair game of Twister. Don't worry, it happens. You know what I mean? They weren't fucking. How does that mean that they were fucking? How you know that? You seen them fucking? Exactly. You didn't see shit. No, but for real though, that's crazy. Fucking at work, multiple condoms. I mean, I get it. You tried to flush it down the toilet, but then that thing came back. You tried to eliminate the evidence and it just came back. And they could always do a DNA test to find out if it was really yours. But then again, it's like, oh, okay, you found a condom with my DNA in it. Does that mean I was fucking at work? All right, just act like I didn't say that. Anyway, let's get into the next segment. The next segment is my latest obsessions. This usually consists of anime, books, music, and shows, but I don't have any books and I don't really have any animes right now. I didn't write down any animes for this segment, which I've watched animes with work-related topics. So I don't know why I just felt like not putting the anime. But if we're going to be speaking about anime, I am watching the season 2 of JJK because I didn't know that there was a season. I didn't know there was a season. Listen, let me explain. Right? Because I watched the I watched the little mini season of Gojo and Satori? Gojo in high school. And then I thought that was season 2. But then my friend was like, bro, are you dumb, bruv? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? And I was like, what are you talking about? Why are you yelling at me? What happened? He was like, there's a season 2, dude. And then I looked and there's a season 2. So I started that. Actually, I'm still on episode 1 because I ended up falling asleep. You know, when you work 9 hours, you gonna be tired. I know you guys are probably like, bro, didn't you just start your new job and you're working 9 hours? I know. Just let me get that check and then I'll be talking shit right now, but when I get the check, you know what I'm saying? They said it's not going to stay like that. It's just the fact that like higher ups came down. That's why I was working 9 hours, but normally it's just going to be 8 hours. Anyway, let's get into the music. So, of course, you know I had to put Jobs by City Girls. I don't work jobs, bitch. I worry. Bitches got a monogram, fake profile, stalking my pictures. Ooh, I felt that a little bit too much. Anyway, you know I had to include that because that's kind of what inspired the title for today's video podcast episode. I don't work jobs, bitch. I am a job. But a lot of you bitches can't say that confidently. Okay, let's talk about it. Come on. When the City Girls said, I don't work jobs, bitch, I am a job. Some of you felt that. Some of you thought you felt it. And some of you didn't even listen to what they were saying. Okay? You're not a job. What Mariah Carey said when she was like, you're a mom and pop, I'm a corporation. You're not a job. You're not a part-time job. You're not a full-time. You're not a temporary. You're not a gig. You're nothing. And that's okay. Because instead of being a job, you guys need to work. And I feel like a lot of bitches, they want to be a job, but you need to go to work. You need to work and get your own fucking money. You're not a job. Even being a job, I don't think it's because that comes with a lot of complications. Being, you know what I mean? You got to babysit people. You got to... I don't know. I don't want to be a job. And when I say I'm a job, I mean like I'm gonna assume when they say I don't work jobs, bitch, I am a job, like they get paid for being them. That's what I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? They get paid for being them. I'm trying to be a job, but a lot of y'all can't be a job. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. I'm not saying you can't be a job because of the way you look. I'm not saying that. But a lot of y'all personalities, you're not good people. You're not good people. So you don't have the good karma of people wanting to be attracted to you and to give back to you. And I'm not even talking about physically. I'm not talking about physically attracted to you. I'm talking about like just being attracted to your energy. You're not a fucking job. If you're a bad person and no one likes you, of course you're not a fucking job. Go and submit your fucking application somewhere. Go and submit your application somewhere because you're not a job and that's okay. But some of you are jobs. And if you are, let me know how the fuck you did that shit. Because I'm a job, but I haven't opened up. You know what I'm saying? I haven't opened up. But also someone mentioned, they're like, bro, when they say I don't work jobs, but I am a job, they're talking about escorting. And I'm like, what made you, who said that? Like, who said that? But honestly, we got to ask the City Girls what they meant by that. Because maybe they did mean that. Maybe they didn't. Because my friend said that. He was like, yeah, of course it was a man. I had to think about it. Hating like a fucking man. hating like a fucking man. Had to think about it. And ignore all that shit I just said. Ignore that man didn't have no real intellect regarding the conversation. He was just being a man. I am not sexist. I'm not sexist. But sometimes, depending on the guy, just a little, they can just be a little closed-minded. They can just be a little closed-minded, and that's okay. You know what I mean? You have your own opinions and things of that such, but it just does not relate to the topic at hand. If I'm switching in and out with the accent, you guys let me know if that's annoying. I do this on my day-to-day. That's why I'm just magically importing it into the episodes. But if you don't like it, you let me know and I'll cut that shit out. But in the meantime, let's keep talking about jobs. So next song is She Works Hard for the Money by Donna Summer. If you don't know who Donna Summer is, I honestly feel a little bad for you. Because visually, listeningly, what is it called when you hear something? Audible. This video is sponsored by, I'm kidding. No, it's not. You thought, huh? No, you fucking didn't. Why isn't this video sponsored by Audible? Audible, I use your app, right? And I honestly give you guys free promo sometimes. It just makes sense for us to work together. You can hit my email. I'll leave my work email below on the YouTube video. But if you want, you can go to my Instagram too and you can get that. It's Sladelia with 2 A's and 34@gmail.com if you want to send me any gigs. Anyway, I'm sorry guys. I keep getting off the topic. This I know. But the last song is Happy Working Song by Amy Adams. I don't know why. I just recently watched Enchanted. It's Enchanted, right? You know, the one where the princess, I think it's New York where she shows up at. She popped up in New York and real life hit her. And I'm just like, damn, I wish that happened to me, but with a fairyland. Like, why can't I just be blessed and transported into a fairyland world where I'm a princess and I get to walk around in a nice field with flowers? Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of out of it today. If you can't tell, I'm still sick. That's why I sound so muffled. I don't know if it's my apartment. Like, I'm beginning to honestly think it might be my apartment. Like, there's so much dust. There's way too much dust. And I know the vent is old, because when I first moved in, I was like, you need to at least temporarily fix this because it's leaking on my fucking clothes. But like, I don't know if that's what's making me sick. I don't know if it's this medication the doctor gave me, but the girl is disgusting. So if I sound a bit muffled, that's why. And I sound and if I look a bit, disoriented, that's why. Like I was saying before my camera rudely died, let me tell you about this show named Severance. So Severance, let me just read like the description that they have here. Okay, ready? All right. Description. Mark, played by Adam Scott, undergoes an experimental surgical procedure separating his work and life memories to help him forget about the death of his wife during the work day. Now, have you ever been at work and it's like you have a lot of shit going on at home and you want to forget about this shit and just come into work, do your job, and then go home and deal with everything? Well, guess what? In Severance, they found a way, right? To make it's your mind. Your mind, they separate your mind into two. And when you go into work, you're a different person than when you come out of work. Like, you forget everything from the outside world and you forget everything from work. So it's like two different people. You will not remember what you did at work today, and you will not remember what happened last night when you went home. Like, it's honestly like a different world. You could have a family with kids and a dying dog, and your work self will not remember that. And at first I was like, damn, that shit low-key fire. But then at the same time, like, I work this job right now and it's not bad, but it is better than Bendy, the place that I was at before. I've only been here for 2 weeks, mind you. I've only started this new job for 2 weeks, and I'm already noticing that this job is going to be a very taxing one physically, especially, maybe even mentally at times, because, you know, sales goals and things of that such. But in retail and sales, it's always going to be like that. Like you're always going to be stressing. It's always going to be fucking something. It's always going to be something. So I'm not surprised about that, but it's just, if I was able to separate my work self from my home self, I don't know how I would feel. Maybe I'd be a bit more motivated during the day, or maybe not. Yes, it's me, but it's also a person, like it's a different personality. You have a different personality. You have a different way of speech. You have a different way of thinking. There's this one character, he's very prissy and dedicated to his craft, and he follows the rules, blah, 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 blah. And then when he gets home, he just paints like black doors, which I'm not going to tell you guys too much because that is important. That's an important detail. But it's like, you become a different person. So I don't know. I would have to sit on that thought. And I don't know, just because of this show, it kind of makes me think maybe something like this will be made in the future. And it could be made, maybe not. You never know. And also, you can answer this in the comment section. Would you prefer to separate your work self and your home self from each other mentally? Like just separate the two, and they're two separate people. Would you play a part in the severance game from the show? You let me know if you would, because that's just something I thought about, and I was like, damn, like low key they were cooking, but at the same time, like it would make me feel bad for my work self, because it's like, if I have kids, if I have a cat that I love my cat. My cat's sitting right next to me. She chilling. You guys can't see her, but she's sitting right here. She's chilling. I don't even know I have a cat. Like, it's just weird. It's weird for me. I feel like I'm taking that away from my work self. Mind you, it's not like it's you. It's a whole different person within you. So yes, it is technically you, but like it's this consciousness that's created specifically to work. And I feel like a part of me feels like that's a little fucked up, because they didn't ask to be born. And especially they didn't ask to be born to work. You just put us in here because you didn't want to do this. You didn't want to face your obligations during the workday. So you gave it to me. So like another part of me would be like, damn, because I know my work self. I would be like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Like, what? I'm gonna fuck this up for the both of us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I also have not finished the series. Like I have one episode left, but because I like the series so much, I have not finished it. But if you guys haven't, you totally should watch Severance. I think that's one of the best shows that I've watched in a very long time. And I'm talking about like TV shows. Yes, I did pirate it, and I'm watching it on a specific website that I won't tell you about. I was about to tell you guys, but you can't be telling everybody everything, because I thought they got shut down recently, but they're back up. So I was like, I ain't telling nobody shit, because see, when you start telling people, that's when stuff start fucking up for you. Sometimes you gotta gatekeep. So if you like that show, go watch it. I definitely advise it. The next work-related show is Human Resources. So if you haven't watched Big Mouth, I don't think you should watch Human Resources if you haven't watched Big Mouth, only because you won't get you can watch it, but it's like these characters, you don't really know them because you haven't been watching Big Mouth. So you don't know the depth of their characters, and like it gets raunchy, yeah, but you don't know how raunchy they could get. Like you're not in. Like you're in, but you're not in. And if you want to be in, I think you should watch Big Mouth first, get a feel for it, and then go and watch Human Resources. Okay, so you know how the hormone monsters and the motherfucking anxiety bug and mosquito, and you know how they work. So it's basically their life at work. So imagine, like, our day-to-day, we go into the office, blah, 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 blah. It's like them, but they're hormone monsters and anxiety and depression, and you know what I mean? Like, they have a job. They show that part of like, yeah, you've seen us before as characters, but now they're focusing on them. I like it because it's one thing to watch, Big Mouth and be like, oh, okay, Big Mouth, yeah, they have these hormone monsters and stuff coming down and helping them. But now But now we see the perspective of, you know what I mean, the workers. So I just think it's cool. That's why I put this in there, because I was like, maybe some people don't even know that it exists. Because I was talking about a friend with this. I was talking to a friend about this, and they were like, bro, I didn't even know that exists. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you dumb? Like, I didn't say, are you dumb? I did say, are you dumb? I did. But they know I didn't mean like, are you dumb? I just meant like, are you stupid? Oh, that sounds bad too. They know what I fucking mean. I love them. Whatever. Anyway, yes. So let me read you the description of it. It's just a spinoff of the popular Netflix series Big Mouth, and Monsters and Human Resources each represent an emotion that drives behavior. There you go. That's a better way of saying it. Because I was saying like hormone monsters. Yeah. When I say hormone monsters, it's like an emotion that these kids feel. It's not a familiar, but it's a monster that's attached to it. So we have depression, the depression cat. We have, I think it's an anxiety mosquito. I forgot her name. And then we have the motherfucking, who else we got? Damn. Hormone monsters. Who else we got? That nigga that make you shame wizard. We have the shame. I like that nigga. He funny. I'm sorry. I screamed that. My bad. But we have the shame wizard. So it's like, it's all your emotions and it's thrown into a motherfucking office. Imagine that. All your emotions thrown into an office, and they're separate people doing, not people, but they're separate monsters doing monsterly things. And they also fuck a lot. Keep that in mind if you go to watch that. Anyway, so for movies, this is the only movie that I put here, but I recently rewatched it and I was like, bro, I can add this to the motherfucking podcast. Good Burger. Cause don't you fucking take away from them. They were still at work, you know what I'm saying? And they were fucking devoted. You ain't never met a nigga at motherfucking McDonald's so devoted to do their fucking job. You haven't, and I know you haven't. So imagine Good Burger, bro. Come on now. If you don't know what Good Burger is, I'm basically gonna give y'all a little rundown of the description that they have here. It says, when Mondo Burger sets up across the street, Sneaky Dexter and burger obsessed Ed realize they need to fight to keep their fast food joint going. Their new secret sauce might be the answer, but if not, Mondo can grab it. If you haven't watched Good Burger, I would definitely recommend it. It's a nice little funny watch. If you smoke weed, smoke some weed. If you drink a little drink. Like, it's good. It's a good movie. It's an old movie, mind you. Yeah, it's a little old. Yeah, it's old. It's an old movie, but you can watch it sober. You don't have to do drugs and drink to have a great time. But I'm just saying, for those that do partake in these things, it's a bit better if you're a little lit. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit better if you're a little lit. Now it's Kyra B Cooking, where I talk about story times. And for this segment, I will be talking my shit about my personal life. I'll be outing myself only because fuck these motherfucking jobs, especially corporate jobs. Fuck y'all. I'm not gonna do too much because I still have an employer and I am still an employee. I am not an entrepreneur yet, but when I get there, fuck these jobs, all of these jobs, but for now, not all of them, because, you know, I mean, I have image to uphold. So I'll first tell you guys about when I was working. Like, I've made YouTube videos about this, but let's talk about when I worked at Zara and they told me to take off my motherfucking head wrap. Girl, you heard me right. You heard me right. So one day, first of all, let me say, so when I wear my head wrap, I like to decorate it. You don't have to decorate it, but I just like to do that because I feel like it makes me pop more. So I put my regular head wrap on, and then I'll put like either crystals or I'll put a necklace and I'll attach it onto there and I'll like pin it and make it secure. Keep in mind that I said that I'll make it secure so that it doesn't move. So one day, this is not the first time that I wore this day, by the way. At this point, I had been there for 7 months and I've been wearing my head wrap there several times at this job. But for some reason, HR just felt a need to come and talk to me. That's also why I said, keep in mind like that I have a love-hate relationship with HR. It's because of this. So I go into work. Everything's cute. Everything's cool. Halfway through my shift, HR comes up to me and she's like, can I talk to you? And I said, yeah, what's up? She's like, you can't wear that. I was like, what do you mean, babe? What are you talking about? And she was like, you can't wear that. And she pointed at my head wrap. And I said, my head wrap? Like, and just like that, I was like, my head wrap? I thought I heard her wrong. So I was like, there's no way she's telling me that I can't wear my head wrap. So I said, my head wrap? She said, yes. And I was like, why? Because, like I said, this was not the first time that I've worn my head wrap at this job. So I was very intrigued as to why now she felt the need to tell me that I couldn't wear my head wrap. I've been working here for 7 fucking months by this time. So I'm like, if 2 plus 2, what the fuck are you talking about? So it could be a hazard. I said the head wrap or the jewels. I was so mad that I started talking shit. Like I went to the break room and I started talking shit and I got my phone because we're not supposed to have our phones on us. So I went to the locker room and I was talking shit. I was in the locker room and the break room was like that. So another manager that was in the break room, she heard me talking shit in the locker room to another coworker, and she was like, "Oh, I don't think it's, right to be speaking about that with another coworker." I said, I just experienced a form of like prejudice and racism, right? I was like, a black woman, was told to take off my head wrap at my workplace. I was like, I can sue you, right? For discrimination. I said, if I call EEOC right now, mind you, Zara specifically and Zara in general already has a big history for being what? Racist. They already have a big history for being racist. I didn't peep this until I started working there and I noticed shit. When you peep shit, when you peep shit, you peep shit. So I was like, I'll call EEOC right now and have a case on y'all asses. Are you fucking dumb? She gonna get scared and go and call HR. Then when I come back from break, HR gonna come up to me. Oh, I've thought about what I said, and I'll be sending an email to the higher ups regarding the situation about whether or not that can be approved. I said, yeah, you do that. You do that. My mom to this day is so mad at me because I didn't file this case. Like I didn't file a suit because I was like, mind you, I was 17. I knew I could. I knew I was being discriminated against, but I didn't have the energy to go in. I didn't have the energy to actually go and do it, which I wish I would have, because I would have probably got some money, girl. I would have got some money, y'all. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would have, maybe I wouldn't have, but I was just like, you guys. And the reason, mind you, because remember I was saying, oh, I've been working here for 7 months. You guys never said anything. The only reason why they said something was because they seen other girls started to wear their head wraps too. So I'm like, is this too urban for you? Or like, what's the problem? Because I've been wearing my head wrap. One thing about me in the workplace, purposefully, I love to wear my head wrap. If you hear screaming, mind you, I live on the first floor and that's my neighbors walking by. But like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'll wear my straight hair for the interview. But when I start working there 2 weeks in, I'm wearing my fro, I'm wearing my head wrap. And it's sad that I gotta say 2 weeks in, but it's like, you know what I mean? It gets sketchy. But like, I'm very pro my hair is my hair. It's my crown. So when I wear my head wrap, that's why I like to decorate it, because it's my crown. Like I've had people come up to me and say, you look like a princess. Oh, that it looks like that's your crown. And I'm like, thank you, because it is. So for you to walk up to me, I've been doing this for over 7 months. This whole time you didn't tell me anything. But when you seen other girls that looked like me start doing it too, that's when you had a problem. Because last time I checked, these bitches wear those fucking beads in their hairs. You didn't say anything about those bitches wearing beads in their hairs. You didn't say anything about them wearing clips in their hairs, but you come up to me about my hair jewelry. I have a lot of work related instances where I'm like, did I just get profiled or discriminated against? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I'll tell you another one. What's another one? Let me think. I need another one. Okay, here's another one. So when I was working at, I cannot tell you which store I was working at, but I was working at a job where I was a CA. If you don't know what a CA is, it's a client advisor. So when I was a client advisor at this, I'm gonna name the job, I'm gonna say Sally. It rhymes with the name, but it's not the name. You see I'm doing that? I'm gonna tell you about Bendy next, because that's the most popular brand. So when I was working at Sally, it was me and another coworker of mine. I'm gonna just call him D'Angelo. So when me and D'Angelo and I were scheduled one day, and there was a group of 4. It was two couples. They walked in and I looked at their shoes, automatically seen that they were wearing Sally. So I was like, okay, yeah, for sure they got bread. Like, Not saying it wasn't the most expensive luxury brand, but it was my first luxury brand. So I was like, okay, they got a little bit of bread. You know, some of these sandals are like $500, $800. Like we're good. So I peeped that, but my coworker D'Angelo does not. He comes up to me, and I love and hate when this happens because it shows you people's true emotions. I love when they forget that I'm black. I love it when they forget that I'm black. And a lot of people won't understand what I'm about to say, but I love when I'm at a workplace and they forget that I'm black. I love it because why? They slip up. I love when they slip up because then I'm like, oh, okay, you forgot that I'm black. And then on top of that, even if they don't forget that I'm black, I love when they think that I'm the type of black person that's just gonna stand for that shit. Because one thing my mom says, like, she knows. My mom, I know when I keep bringing up my mom, but it's like when stuff like this happens, I immediately go to my mom because I need someone to calm me down. Because whenever I'm being questioned about my blackness, whenever I'm being questioned about my culture, whenever I'm being like pressed about being black, I go to my mom because it's like that's my shelter right there. Like she is the person that made me who I am. So I'm like, Mom, before I snap on these crackers, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say crackers, but it's like before I snap on these folks, I need to talk to you. I might get canceled for saying that, but fuck it, we ball. So I'm like, before I snap on these people, I need to talk to you because I'm gonna get mad. I need somebody to talk to with sense because I ain't got no motherfucking sense right now. I need to talk to you. This person, like, he forgot that I was black. And he said, watch them. And I was like, what do you mean watch them? Why? Oh, because it's a big group. And I was like, okay. Mind you, we've had bigger groups come into the store. And he didn't say watch them. So I was very intrigued as to why he said to watch them with this particular group of people. Mind you, it's dark-skinned African people. I think they were from maybe I think they were from Kenya. Yeah, I think they were from Kenya. Tall, dark skin, beautiful couples. They come in, they're doing their thing. I smell the black excellence off of them. So I'm like, what the fuck? What vibe did they give you to make you be like, oh, watch them? Because they didn't give me that motherfucking vibe. I literally looked at them. I looked at their shoes. I looked at the watch. I looked at the shirt. I was like, oh, okay, cute. Maybe a sale. And I hate to look at people and be like, oh, they're going to buy something they're not. Because sometimes people just come in looking like regular Joes and they drop 20,000. Bomb. You know what I'm saying? It happens. But it's just, I can tell just off the person, not even just what they're wearing. Like, I can tell. But the fact that I looked at this person and I was like, okay, they might buy something. But you looked at them and you were like, oh, they're going to steal something. It threw me off. So, and he noticed that it threw me off. But he didn't say anything. So the couple came in. The pair came in, they actually bought 4 pairs of shoes. So I was like, funny. And it was his sale. So I was like, funny. Because you got their black dollar, but whatever. Another crowd comes in and it just had to be my motherfucking turn. Mind you, it had to be my turn. So they didn't buy anything, by the way. Another crowd comes in. It's a group of 6 people. They're all white tee. And I'm like, okay, like I didn't look at them and be like, watch them. But I was looking for his response. He didn't tell me to watch them. Not one time. Was happy to help. Blah, 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 blah. It was my turn. They didn't get shit. So I was like, and he noticed I was visibly annoyed. And he said, I just want you to know, like when I said that, I didn't mean anything of it. I was like, did you? Did you not mean anything of it? Because that group of white people came in, 6 people. You told me to watch 4 black people because it was a big group. But you didn't say anything to me when 6 white people came into the establishment. So I was like, don't fucking piss me off right now. Like, I was looking at him like this. I was like, hold on, ice cream truck going by. So when he said that fuck shit, I was just looking at him like this. Cause don't fucking piss me off right now. Don't piss me off. You're acting like you really didn't just judge like he immediately saw black people, mind you, they like, and this is where I'm saying, and people go act like colorism doesn't exist, but it definitely does. Cause I don't know, I've never seen him do this with, light-skinned black people, but he definitely did this because these people were dark-skinned black people. Like, they were dark. I loved it. Rich tone, rich skin, rich black excellence. They were looking good, doing their thing. But he said, oh, watch them. A group of 4 black people. And you didn't tell me to watch the group of 6 white people. At one time, we left them in the front alone. Mind you, every person that works retail, especially luxury retail, mind you, I didn't tell you guys, I work in luxury retail. Like I said, $500, $600, that's the start of luxury retail shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you left them in the front because I was grabbing something for them because they were my clients. My clients, they didn't buy anything. So I was grabbing something for them and he came to the back and I was like, why are you back here? Oh, I'm going to help you. Why are you back here? Go to the fucking front. What if they steal something? And that's when he noticed. He was like, oh, okay, she feels the type of way. Because I was fucking annoyed. So then after when they left and he was like, oh, I didn't mean anything of that. I was like, did you? Because you felt comfortable enough to leave them in the front. You felt comfortable enough to leave them in the front alone. But when you seen those black people come in, you told me to watch them. I had to do that story time because I'm just remembering shit that happens at these jobs that I work. And I'm like, damn, situations like this happen so often that I'm not even surprised anymore. And it's really sad to admit that, but it's true. I'm genuinely not surprised when it happens. I'm like, okay, well. My mom was like, damn, like, did you say anything? Because my mom knows me. I'll say something. But at this point, you know, I live alone. I'm paying all my bills by myself. Sometimes you got to bite your fucking tongue and it fucking sucks. But that's why, like, when I experience things like this, I'm so quick to leave. Because I'm like, I can't say what I want to say to you while I work here because you're the one cutting the checks or you could fuck up my check. So I'd rather just bounce and leave. Because one thing I'm not going to be labeled as is an angry black woman. Because if I speak out, I'm the angry black woman. Every job that I've worked at so far that's been in luxury, I've been the only black person in the establishment, or I've been one of two. So it's like me and the other black person. So it's like, it's me and this person against the rest of the team that's non-black. So not only will you not understand where I'm coming from, you're gonna have, like, it's inevitable that ignorance will slip up. It's inevitable, unfortunately, because you won't understand. You won't understand. That's not something that will cater to you because you just genuinely won't understand it. And sometimes I just be like, damn. Because I want to get mad. I'm like, you're just fucking ignorant. Like, you just don't know. You don't know. I'm not giving that pass out to everybody, but sometimes I'm just like, fuck. Like, I want to say something. I'm like, you didn't know that was ignorant to say, or you didn't know that you're not supposed to say that. I mean, you do know, but you just said it. You think it's cool. Like, you think we're cool. Oh, now I can finally talk to y'all about Bendy. So another example, when I was at Bendy, like, I have this coworker, I'm real cool with him. Not many people at the job really like him because he's a very particular person. I see he has a lot of anxiety in general. He told me that he does take medication for it, but I also see that he might not be all the way there mentally. And one day we were having a conversation and he said nigga. And I always, like, my mom was like, don't do this, but I always give them one pass. I give them one pass. Because I'm like, maybe you just got caught slipping this time. I'm gonna let you say it one time. But then he said it again and it started to piss me off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like you seen, like, my face dropped and I was like, he was like, okay, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even the nigga thing that made me real mad. What made me real mad is sometimes he'd be like, oh, okay, black power, to us. Because I'm like, babe, you're not a black woman. You're a gay man. You're a gay Hispanic man. You're not a black woman, okay? It's like, it's funny. It was funny the first time, but when you start doing it multiple times, that's when it's like not funny. And it's like, it's okay. My best friend's black. Your best friend is the black one. Your best friend is the black one. You're not the black one, okay? So let me stop you right there. Your best friend is the black one. I hate when they're like, but my best friend's black. Your best friend is the black one, not you. Like you said, your best friend, black. You know. So why are you so comfortable? Like, and that made me think, I was like, okay, your best friend probably lets you say nigga, and you think that I'm going to be one of those niggas to let you say nigga around me, and I'm not, unfortunately. So when he was like, oh yeah, black power, like, to us, da, 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 I was like, okay, enough. And he was like, it was just a joke. I said, I don't care. Cut it out. And they got quiet. And then the one black guy that I worked with at Bendy, he was like, ooh. And I was like, girl, because I'm not, like, it was cute at first, but what y'all not about to do is just, like, not too much. We can make cute little jokes, but just not too much. And mind you, I love them. They're like my family. But sometimes you got to check a bitch. But let me tell you about why I stopped working at my recent job, which was Bendy. Bendy is a very popular luxury brand. I am not going to tell you the actual name of Bendy, but you can assume what brand I'm speaking of. I will take accountability for things that I do. So I'm not going to act like I didn't fuck up in this instance, but I'm also not going to act like something wasn't fishy. So this new manager was hired, and when she was hired, in 4 to 5 months, 8 people quit. Now, I'm not a fucking scientist, but if I start a job and 8 people quit the job while I'm there, there's no way I'm not reflecting. Like, am I mean? Am I harsh? Like, what is it that you're a fucking bitch? I hated, mind you, she wasn't like a regular manager. She was a store manager. So she was a manager for the store, and she knew the VP. So you see where the power balance is. We have the store manager that was hired by the VP because they were good friends. So it's like, mind you can't talk back. You can't do anything. You can't defend yourself because what? You're going to lose your fucking job. Oh, you don't like what I'm saying? Okay, you're out of a job. You're out of a job. I had a coworker that was working there for 8 years. Well, his numbers wasn't the best anyway, but he was working there for 8 years and he left because of her and probably got a better job, but he left because of her. So I'm like, who the fuck does this bitch think she is? While she's there, she implements a new rule. Before, we had a late time, like a time frame that we could be late. We had 5 minutes. There was a 5-minute, I forgot what it's called. Grand annuity? We had a 5-minute period. Like if we're okay, for example, if we were scheduled at 10:30, you had until 10:35 before it's like, okay, bitch, you're late and you get a strike. But she cleared that. She was like, no, I need you here at 10:30. So if you came a minute late, right up. 2 minutes late, right up. 3 minutes late, right up. Even if sometimes if you were in the store, it didn't matter. You're still late, right up. So I was never, because I live so close to the district, I was never particularly late. But there was one day where I got an Uber, I waited 8 minutes for them, and then they canceled when they were 1 minute away. And I was like, fuck. Because I normally get my Ubers, if I'm going in at 10:30, I'm getting my Uber at 10:02, 10:05, just so I can get there early. I got the Uber, waited basically 10 minutes, and then they canceled on me. So I had to order another Uber. That's another 5 minutes away that they are, and then getting to the actual job. I ended up getting there. I was scheduled 9:30. I ended up getting there 9:37. Y'all, I was outside of the establishment at 9:35. 9:35, I was there. They saw me clock in. Tell me why my manager pulls me aside with another manager, because you can't, when you're doing things like this, you can't do it alone because you need another manager there to verify if anything happens. And he's like, is there a reason why you were 7 minutes late today? And I'm like, my Uber canceled on me, so I had to get another one. I had to wait. He was like, okay, is there a reason why you clocked in at 9:35 and you got here at 9:37? I was like, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. Are you serious? And he was like, yeah. So that's called time fraud. And I was like, oh my God, I know this isn't happening to me right now. And so basically, I got written up for time fraud at my job. And I thought they were going to fire me. Mind you, at this point in my life, I live alone. I pay all my bills. My savings was gone because I've been trying to pay for my hospital bills. So when that happened, I was like, fuck, I fucked up. I've never gotten written up for being late. There's different like categories for being late. You get written up for messing up in your job, or you get written up for being fucking late. Like there's different categories. And in this category, I never got written up before because I was always on time. But this one time I was late, I guess they saw that and they were like, okay, We gonna just give her no more chances. She has a final. Like, this is her final. If she gets late again, she's terminated. So I was on edge for like a month. And I was like, I need a new job. I need a new job. I need a new job. Because if I get late, I won't have a job. If I get late and I lose this job, I might not be able to pay for my school. I might not be able to pay for my apartment. I'm not going to be able to pay for my hospital bills. I'm going to be fucked. Like, I live alone and I'm down here alone. If I lose my job right now, I'm fucked. And I know that. So I'm like, fuck, like, I need to get a new job, because if I get late by 1 minute, it's up for me. And I know that I was wrong for clocking in early. I know that I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I know that I was wrong. I know that's my fault. But I told them, I was like, okay, so you didn't see me on the camera outside? No, we didn't see you on the camera outside. Like, you have to be in the building to clock in. I said, how many times were you guys late? And because you guys are salary. So how many times were you guys late? And I was outside waiting for you guys and I had to clock in. Does it not matter when management is late? Oh, that's different. Oh, so it's different. Okay, gonna keep that in mind. I purposefully did that because I was like, there's so many instances where you guys are late and I have to clock in and I'm outside, and you guys don't press me about clocking in while I'm outside. But when I'm late and I clock in and I'm outside, it's a problem. Like I said, I fucked up because my dumbass, I clocked in on my phone and then I went up to the tablet, acted like I was clocking on the tablet, and they seen that and they put it in the report. I know I fucked up. Okay? Embarrassing, girl. Mind you, I'm the only black woman there. So it's like, damn, I just took an L for all of us just now. My bad, ladies. Sorry, made us look so bad. But I was like, girl, fuck this fucking job at the same time, because I'm over here. I was already late. So I was like, at this motherfucking point, the only reason why I felt the need to clock in early was because I felt like my job was at jeopardy, because there's no like grace period. There you go. That's what I meant to say earlier. Grace period. There's no fucking grace period in this place. So I'm like, I'm in fear for my job, even with a minute of me being late. I'm sorry that I want to have a job, whatever. So that happens. And the reason why I was really pissed off, I'm not saying it's the matter of race in this case, but race might have been a factor. I have a coworker that's also my best friend that she left the job too, by the way. She left actually this week. Congratulations to her. Love her. She did her shit. She left this week. I left 2 weeks ago. Around 3 weeks ago. I left Bendy around 3 weeks ago. She left this week. So fuck that fucking job. All of us are out. Fuck you. I'm gonna say what the fuck I need to say. She actually did that the day before. So I was like, why did he feel the need to clock me and not her? Like, why did he feel the need to clock me and not her? It just kept going on and on in my mind, because the bitch did it the day before, and she said that. She was like, you think I'm gonna get written up too? Because she already had write-ups for being late, because she lives like 30-40 minutes away from the job. Mind you, I live like 9 minutes away. So she was already getting clocked about being late. And then she was like, am I going to get written up too? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, like, I hope not. Maybe you might, because, you know, you did it too. They didn't even know that she did it. So I started looking at my manager, the higher up, and I was like, oh my gosh, does she check the cameras when she's not in the store? Because she was off that day. So I was like, how is she able to check the cameras when she's not in the store? I didn't even think of it being my manager, because my manager is so chill with us. He's so cool. He's so like nice. He was so like understanding, and he's been late multiple times before. So I never thought that he would go and do that shit, but he did it. And I was like, oh, it was you stinking ass bitch. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little story time about Bendy, you know what I'm saying? Because that was my most recent job, but it was also the most impactful, because even though while I was at that job, I didn't experience the best things, I also met some of the best people that I probably wouldn't have even crossed paths with at some point. And I do truly feel blessed to have met them. I'm so thankful to have crossed paths with these people, because they're genuinely nice people and they've helped me become the person that I am today. Like, even though I don't like Bendy, I'm not gonna lie, Bendy is the reason that I was even able to move out of my mom's house. Like right now in my life, I make the most money in my immediate family. I don't even make six figures, but I still make the most money in my immediate family. So I'm not gonna lie, even though I did have some bad experiences at Bendy, I'm very thankful for it because that's the job that helped me be able to move out and to get my own apartment, the apartment that I'm recording in right now. So I got to be thankful, you know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't have the best experience there, even though I probably didn't have the best experience at Sally, even though I didn't have the best experience at Zara, it all added up. Like it was a trickling effect. If I didn't work at Zara, I was not going to get a job at Sally because the woman at Sally that was hiring, she was only looking for workers at Zara because they were so quick on their feet and they were able to work fast. And I heard that through word of mouth. I went in for an interview and they hired me. They hired me paying $17 an hour. I was getting paid $15 an hour at Zara. 15 was already a lot for me. 17, I was like, holy shit, I'm fucking rich. When I started at Fendi, I was making 22. So I was like, whoa, like there's so much money in this world for me to make. But at the same time, I have to be grateful for what I already have. So I'm very, very thankful for, me being able to even experience these jobs, because if it wasn't for the experience that I've made, I would not be where I am right now. And even though I haven't even gotten my first paycheck from this job yet, like I literally started 2 weeks ago. I don't get my first paycheck until, what's today? Today is the 10th. I don't even get my first paycheck until I think the 16th. And that's just my hourly. I don't get my commission until March. So even though, I haven't had the best experiences with these jobs at times, I'm very thankful. You know what I mean? Like I always try and tell people that, because even I slip up a lot about, things that I'm fortunate of. I know we're getting a little deep, but I just want to talk to you guys about this. I also want to make sure that we work on gratitude, because even if you don't have a lot, even if you don't have much, you still got to be grateful for what you have, because it's yours and you have it. And at some point you didn't have it. So the fact that you have it now, you got to be grateful. I have a hard time doing that myself. So me putting this in the podcast, like, of course I go back to edit, but I also go back to listen to my podcast to be like, okay, I need to focus more. I need to do this, blah, 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 just to perfect this and make it better experience for you guys. But like, if I can help you guys with this journey of mine and learning gratitude and being grateful for what I have, of course I'll help you guys. So I just wanted to give that message at the end of this podcast, just so we're both on the same page. But yeah, if you like this episode, please let me know. I'll probably leave a poll in the description on Spotify about the severance. Let me know if you guys would like to separate your work life from your home life. Like, what is that something that you would genuinely do? And do you feel like it's fair to basically create another person to work for you? Because it's basically like a slave. So do you feel like it's fair to basically have a slave to do all your work? You know what I mean? Saying like it's a totally different person. It's not you, but it is you. You know what I mean? So do you feel like that's fair? Let me know. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a thumbs up. Leave 5 stars on Spotify. I forgot my outro. I don't have an official outro. You guys should give me some recommendations on the outro that I should make. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. All my contacts and things of that such should be in the description or on my Instagram if you want to find it. I have my personal Instagram and the podcast Instagram if you want to look for like clippets and snippets and updates on the episodes that's coming up. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for episode 6. Mwah.